What is going on, people, and welcome back to the Instagram Design 101 series. Today we're going to be covering how to set up a grid pattern for your Instagram profile page. And the first thing we're going to do is just jump into some real examples of some designers that I follow, just some friends in the community that are doing this kind of technique really well. And I've got some examples to show you so that you can see exactly how it can be done and what it looks like when you can actually achieve this effect. One thing to bear in mind is that you don't need Photoshop, you don't need any sort of design tool. You could be using something like Canva, you could be using a free tool like something like, I don't know, GIMP or something along those lines. So you don't need Photoshop, you don't need Illustrator to do this. You can really just start off with something really basic to achieve this effect. And I'll show you exactly how it can be done. The main thing that you need to bear in mind is how the post gets structured as soon as you put a new post out. And as soon as you get that nailed down, the grid effect is really simple to achieve. So let's jump in first and have a look at some of the examples that I mentioned. And then, yeah, we'll just cover exactly how it can be achieved. This guy's really talented. Recently, he hasn't been doing this grid effect, but when he was doing a logo challenge, like a daily logo challenge that he set himself, he was doing this grid effect, as you can see now, with just a 2-color palette, which is exactly what I'm going to show you how to do. Really simple to do. He's got a nice white and a nice red, and pretty much the different colors contrast well with each other. And when you're looking at this from a mobile device, obviously I'm looking at it on desktop at the minute, but it looks really good. So as you can see, really simple. It's just the order that he's putting the posts out that makes this effect. Second person we've got, another great friend of mine, logo designer who's really talented, and I love these posts that he's been putting out. It's kind of like a sketchy sort of style, and he's really just been exploring different abstract ways of putting logos together. So you can see it's got like an isometric 3D style, but obviously it's in a 2D setting. So this is really cool, and I love what he's done with this. So again, he's got like a black and a gold that he's using with a vignette, and it just looks really sick. It's the same grid pattern that he's got set up, but this gives you a good example of how things can look as soon as you start getting more posts out there. So again, like I say, really good example of what can be done with this. And the last person we've got, someone who I've just recently followed called Luke Chang. He's someone who specializes in icon design, and he's doing some really cool little illustrations on his profile. So I thought I'd show his profile as well, because these are really unique and fun designs. So I think you'll like these ones. But again, using a white and like a, what would you call it? Like an indigo / violet color. I don't know what you'd call that actually, but actually what he's doing differently compared to the previous two is he's using a gradient, which is really clever. So he's using it, so the gradient goes from quite a pale purple, and then it goes into that indigo / violet, and then as you go further down, it goes into pink. And this is really cool actually, I've never seen this done before. So it goes from pink, then it goes to red, orange, yellow. So this is a really good example of what you can do. So you can be really creative with it, and create some sort of gradient. But yeah, this actually gives me some ideas for my own page, because this is really cool. So yeah, really simple stuff, but really creative at the same time. So big up to Luke Chang for that. Really sick stuff. So yeah, let's jump into Photoshop. Like I said, you're not going to need it, but for the purposes of this video, I'm going to show you exactly what you should be bearing in mind when you're putting out new posts, so you can understand the structure in which posts get formatted, like the layout in which it gets formatted. Okay, so we're in Photoshop now, and I've created just a really simple 2-palette color scheme. And what we're going to want to do is, I would highly recommend just putting together 2 simple colors like how I have. It's really simple to set up this jacket effect if you just do it really basic like this. Maybe you could use something from your brand color schemes. If you've got an accent color which is particularly bright or colorful, combine that with something else that you use which is quite predominant in your designs as well. And then that's it. Just use 2 colors from your branding, and that's exactly what I've been doing actually with some of my recent posts, just using the black color scheme that I've got and the white color scheme. I'm just following this exact same format. So the one thing that you've got to bear in mind, and this is realistically the only thing that you've got to bear in mind, is how Instagram basically reorders new posts that get put out there. So let's say, for example, your first post is the pink one that I'm showing here. That's great, it appears in the top left hand corner. And then if you put out a white post, what that'll do is it will just shift your original post off to the center. So you're left with the white one on the left, pink one in the center. And then in order to kind of complete this off, you just follow the pattern. The next post that you put out there will be a pink one. So it will go pink, white, pink, essentially. So these two posts will be pushed off to the right. Then you're left with this, pink, white, pink. And then you just follow this same pattern. So if it's pink, white, pink, the next one you're going to want to put out there is white. Then you're going to want to do pink. And if we move the white off to the center, because if you remember, when you put a new post out there, it pushes it off to the right. And then the next one would be white again. So you've got these two colors, move those over to the right. Then we grab the white, wherever that is that it? There we go. And then that's it. You repeat the process, and then you'll have the last row done as well. So pink, white, pink, white, pink, white, pink, white, pink. So if we do that, pink again, off to the left. Next one will be white. Drag that down wherever that is. Got this white one that'll be on the left when you post it. And then we've got the pink one, which will be in the center. And then if you post another pink one, it'll move these two across to the right hand side. And then you're left with the final masterpiece done. So that's it. You just got to follow the grid that you set out. So if you start with pink, go to white, then pink, then the other post will be white, then the next one will be pink, white, pink, white, pink, and that's it. That's all you've got to bear in mind to make sure that you're doing this grid effect. And it's really that simple. So come up with a pattern, decide how you're going to post stuff and in which order you need to be posting stuff to achieve the layout that you're doing, and just maybe lay things out like how I have, so you understand in which order to post stuff in as well. And that's it. That's pretty much the tutorial done. I know it's really short and sweet, but you know, what else can I say? I wanted to keep it short and sweet for this one. I've shown you some real examples of how you can put stuff together, how it looks eventually when you get this grid system done. And once you've put up 9 posts, for example, because this is a 9x9 grid, sorry, a 9x9 grid, it's a 3x3 grid, it'll look exactly like this. So then all you've got to do is continue the process and it will just seamlessly carry over. So yeah, thank you for tuning into this video. The next time I create a video, we'll be covering how to create case studies through Instagram. What are they called? I've completely forgot what they're called now. They are called, bear with me, I'll have a look. Right, my mind just went absolutely blank then. I'm so sorry. So we're going to be creating case studies using Instagram guides. Now this isn't something that I've seen many designers do, and I put a reel out on Instagram to kind of show you how to do it, but I'm going to dive into this through YouTube to show you guys how it can be done as well. But yeah, stay tuned for the next episode, and I hope to see you guys in the next one.